Ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
As the Panthers, I'm going to be honest, I don't think that with the Panthers losing a lot of their receiving threats and the kind of change that they're going through right now, and Cam coming off that rotator cuff injury, I don't think that they're going to be as solid as people might want them to be. But I do feel that the Redskins will win that game.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know, the return. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on, and they wanna.
What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show. And today the Washington Redskins get the win, 29-21 against the Carolina Panthers. A lot went on in this game, so I'm gonna get right into the game. Starting out first quarter, Carolina come out on offense. They go 8 plays, 75 yards for a touchdown. Curtis Samuel gets the touchdown. On that drive, Christian McCaffrey has 39 yards rushing. So already coming out the gate, the Panthers are looking strong against the Redskins defense. We're not sure where they're going to go at, but I'm going to keep going with the game. Redskins go on offense. They go 3 and out. They have 3 plays for negative 11 yards. So the Redskins aren't looking good on offense so far. And they had a field goal that was blocked. I mean, no. They had a blocked. They had a missed block by Brandon Sheriff and Adrian Peterson, which caused a fumble that stalled the drive. Carolina comes back on offense. They go 6 plays, 55 yards. T.J. Moore gets the touchdown. It was a blown coverage by either Quentin Dunbar or Jimmy Moreland. Not sure which one did it, but there was clearly a blown coverage, and they gave up a touchdown. Redskins go back on offense. They go 4 plays, 68 yards, and they make a field goal. The drive stalled when Kelvin Harmon dropped a touchdown pass. Even though it was kind of out of his reach, he still should have grabbed the ball, but that stalled the Redskins' drive. Carolina goes back on offense. They go 8 plays for 9 yards. The drive ends on a Montez Sweat and Jonathan Allen sack, and that is the end of the first quarter. Second quarter comes back. Redskins are on offense. They go 8 plays, 40 yards, and they kick another field goal. On that drive, they had 2 straight drop passes. So, Dwayne Haskins is not having his accuracy issues like last game. He's actually playing a lot better. Carolina goes on offense. They go 3 and out. Redskins come back on offense. They go 3 and out. Carolina comes back on offense. They go 3 and out. And they go 3 and out because, again, Montez Sweat and Landon Collins combine on a sack. Fabian Monroe falls on this drive and almost gives up a big play, but DJ Moore drops the ball, so we don't have to worry about that. Redskins come back on offense. They go 3 and out. Carolina goes 2 plays, and the second play, Fabian Monroe gets the pick, and he's down at the Carolina 1-yard line. Redskins go back on offense. They go 1 play. Touchdown to Darius Geis run 1-yard touchdown. Redskins score their first offensive touchdown in several weeks. They go for the 2-point attempt, and it wasn't converted because Jeremy Sprinkle dropped the ball. Carolina goes back on offense. They go 5 plays, 7 yards. The drive stalls when Matt Ioannidis gets a sack. Redskins come back on offense. They go 8 plays. And they go 8 plays for about like 20-something yards, and they missed a field goal. It was actually blocked. But the half is done. At the half, Dwayne Haskins is 10 for 17 for 90 yards. Darius Geis has 62 yards rushing, and the defense has 3 sacks and 1 interception. Third quarter rolls around. Redskins go 10 plays, 38 yards, and they make the field goal. Carolina comes back on offense. They go 3 and out. Redskins come back on offense. They go 3 and out. Carolina comes back on offense. They go 7 plays, 17 yards, and their drive stalls on a tackle. Ryan Anderson is ejected during that drive because of a hit on Greg Olsen. They claimed it was a helmet-to-helmet hit, but you can clearly see that Ryan Anderson was trying his best to avoid hitting Greg Olsen in the head. But, of course, Greg Olsen kind of bended into the hit. So, and then on top of that, he kind of got knocked out. So, of course, they had to give Ryan Anderson an ejection. Redskins go back on offense. They go 4 plays, 22 yards. And Jeremy Sprinkle drops a pass that could have possibly converted a first down, but who knows. Third quarter ends with Carolina driving. Fourth quarter begins. Carolina had 5 plays, 15 yards. Nate Orchard and Matt Ioannidis had sacks on that drive. Redskins come back on offense. They go 8 plays, 63 yards, and Darius Geis has his second touchdown of the game, a rushing touchdown. Again, this is the second offensive touchdown by the Redskins. They're looking good. The defense has basically shut down Carolina when it comes to the basically from the second quarter all the way. Carolina goes back on offense. They go 3 and out. Chris Odom, who wasn't on the team just last week, I think he was on the practice squad, he got him a sack. Redskins go back on offense. They go 5 plays, 55 yards, and they end the drive with an Adrian Peterson touchdown. So now Darius Geis has 2 touchdowns. Adrian Peterson has a touchdown. Altogether, the Redskins have 3 offensive touchdowns today. Carolina goes back on offense. They go 12 plays, and I think they went 40-something yards. They get a touchdown by a Cal Allen scramble for a touchdown. Carolina comes back out. They go for an onside kick. They recover the ball on the onside kick. So, of course, you're now, as a Redskin fan, you're getting a little antsy because these are these situations in these games that we normally lose when something like that happens. Carolina goes 9 plays, 35 yards. The Redskins defense is basically holding them as much as they can. On 4th down, the Redskins get the Carolina offense to get all the way down to a 4th down. And on 4th down, Nate Orchard, who was our brand new signee, he sat up there and he had a sack and a strip at the same time. Redskins go back on offense and they kneel down. Game is over. Redskins win 29-21. I'm going to give y'all some stats for the game. Darius Geis had 10 carries for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. Adrian Peterson had 13 carries for 99 yards and a touchdown. Dwayne Haskins was 13 of 25 for 147 yards. Kelvin Harmon again has another pretty good game. He had 3 receptions for 51 yards. And the defense again stepped up really big. Today they had 40 tackles, 7 sacks, 1 interception, and 1 fumble recovery. Also in this game, Christian McCaffrey only had 14 carries for 44 yards. I think his receptions, he only had 39 yards in receiving. So the Redskins practically shut the Carolina offense down this game. I was really impressed with what they did. Like I said again, this is the second week in a row that the defense has stepped up big time. Especially against a team that was actually doing, even though they haven't been playing that well the past couple of weeks, there was a thought that the Carolina Panthers was going to beat the Redskins, but in turn, the Redskins end up beating the Carolina Panthers. Thoughts on the game. First thing I want to do is I want to calm the nerves of all the people out there who I'm pretty sure this is y'all thoughts. These wins will not save Greg Minuski's job. These wins does not mean that Bill Callahan will be our next head coach. These wins does not mean that Bruce Allen keeps his job. I understand the fear that winning can sometimes mask a problem. But at this point right now, the Redskins are winning. But understand, I get the fear that a lot of you got, but understand it doesn't mean anything. These wins does not, again, like I said, these wins does not mean Bill Callahan will be our next head coach. It doesn't mean Greg Minuski will still be here. It doesn't mean that Bruce Allen will still be here. I think that everything is still on the table about all them being fired or all them being let go and us starting over fresh. What I am excited about is that we actually have young talent that's playing up to their skills and everything that's going on. I'm going to bring you guys more content because there was the talk about Dwayne Haskins and his throwing motions and stuff. Just to give everybody an idea on what was going on. The reason Dwayne Haskins was so inaccurate last week compared to this week is because of the way he flings his wrist. Which is why when he was saying he was having wrist issues or his wrist was hurting him, it was because he had this throwing motion where he was trying to put more oomph on the ball, and he was doing a flicking motion with his hand, which in turn, if you think about it, if you keep flicking your hand like that, eventually your wrist is going to hurt, especially if you do it as much as he did in that game. They actually fixed that. You saw in this game that they actually fixed his throwing motion when it came to that. He did do it in the game because he had a pass where he threw it basically at Kelvin Harmon's feet, and Kelvin Harmon didn't catch it. So again, the reason he was having that issue is because he was having that flicking motion at the end of his throw. And if anybody knows that has played football and has been coached by coaches who understand what throwing is, they always tell you supposed to stabilize your wrist because you don't want to cause yourself too much pain as you're throwing the ball. You're supposed to throw the ball all in one motion, not with a flick, because eventually you might wear out your wrist. So, but again, I'm glad the Redskins got the win. They got a very great win because, again, they scored 29 points. I mean, you got to understand the Redskins were actually averaging 13 points a game this season. So for the first time, they get 29 points. The defense is still playing very well. Benching Josh Norman. Again, Josh Norman was not in the game. He was benched. Fabian Monroe comes up with another pick. He almost had 2 again this game, but he comes up with another pick. And the decision to bench Josh Norman and start Fabian Monroe looks very, very good. Again, like I said, Landon Collins, yes, he is that box safety. He looks incredible down in the box. So, again, like I said, the Redskins look great. The defense looked great. The offense did its job. Darius Geis woke up today. For him to have only 10 carries, 129 yards, that was very good. We basically almost had 2 100-yard rushes in the game. The Redskins I don't think the Redskins have ever accomplished that in the game. But like I said again, the offense played very, very well today. I'm excited that they're going to keep playing. That I think they're going to keep playing well. They have a very big game next week in Green Bay. This to me, I think that the Green Bay game will really cement what type of defense the Redskins will have in the future, because of the fact that a lot of these guys are not free agents. We actually have them for some time, and actually a lot of these guys are still on rookie contracts, which is very good for us. But Green Bay is another type of beast. Again, 2 games in a row. Redskins got 2 wins in a row. Again, like they said, they're looking good. I'm happy for them. I hope it keeps going on. But again, I want to calm everybody's nerves. Don't think that these wins keeps Bill Callahan here. Don't think that these great defensive performances keeps Greg Minuski here. Don't think that everything good that's going on is going to keep Bruce Allen here. I don't think that happens, but I understand your fear. So try your best to calm down. Try your best to not be worried. Try your best to not get angered. And yes, we are dropping down further in the draft order. I get it. But understand this. We are looking for a left tackle, a young left tackle. That's what we're going to have to go for. So, or a stellar safety. I haven't seen one in college quite yet that I think would match what we need. But again, like I said, calm your nerves. Bruce Allen this doesn't mean he's going to keep his job, okay? Bill Callahan, that doesn't mean he's going to be our head coach. Greg Minuski, that doesn't mean he's going to stay here, okay? Everything's going to be fine. Other than that, Redskins get the big win. I'm happy that the Redskins will keep marching on. I'm happy the Redskins are still getting their wins. I'm happy that the defense is playing well. I'm happy and Darius Geis showed up. I'm happy Dwayne Haskins is playing better. Other than that, this has been your man John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.